Okay, all right.
So I want to make sure that we have good shots and,
Doesn't look like I'm reading off of
well, I'm going to just, like I say, it's going to be more conversational as we had here. Just more conversational and just make sure that we have good shots and things of
I'll
that
do my
nature.
best. And you should have set this up so now, okay. All right.
He got this music in the background.
I know.
What does he got?
Sorry?
What
You
you
know
got?
what? I love that. That's the piano guys. They're awesome. Yeah, check them out.
Then I'm yours.
They do all the pop music on piano.
Yeah, I hear it and on the strings and.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's see. How does this thing work?
You got the logo up there.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so what we do, we can just kind of go through it once.
Okay.
And, do you need this?
Actually, I prefer that. Yes, thank you. Instead of having a flat piece of paper.
Mhm.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right, we're gonna go through it once, and we'll go through, like you said, you had divided up into segments, you kind of stick those segments, and we'll just, go from there, and, we'll go through it once, and like we're gonna do it. Okay, we are
Shannon
live.
James, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Shannon James, and,
And what's your title here?
office, well, you can say general manager.
Okay, General Manager for Serpro Oxon Hill location.
Serve of Charles County and Oxon Hill.
Okay, is Charles County and Oxon Hill, or
Mhm.
Oxon Hill, Charles County?
Charles County is our primary, Oxon Hill the secondary, and it's all ran out of this office.
Okay, it's all operating out of this office, okay. All right. Are we a go?
okay, we are,
Are
when the
you
music
on?
stops, we are live. Okay,
Good morning, I'm T.E. Steger-Smith from T.E. Enterprises Consulting, and I'm sitting here with Shannon James, General Manager of ServPro Charles County and Oxon Hill. And we are interviewing you to talk about your experience with Berean Investigations. And we're just gonna have a brief interview, and we're just gonna go and talk about a little bit about ServPro. Would you tell me a little bit about what ServPro does for the community, what products you offer, and your relationship with Berean, if you will, and just give me a little bit of background. So let's just start off there.
Well, Serpro's been around, this particular franchise has been in business for 31 years with the same owner, Mr. Jonathan Stroop. We do fire damage, water damage, mold remediation. We also do carpet cleaning and duct cleaning as well. So what we do is when somebody's had a pipe burst in their house or their basement is flooded, we send guys out to come out and clean up everything and make it like it never even happened. That way we can get everybody back to normal and get them back on track for their lives.
Okay. Now, I've seen the ServPro commercials, and I see these guys going in. It's amazing, and they get the sweepers and they sweep it up, and everything is back normal. Is that really how it works?
In theory, yes. Unfortunately, it does take a couple days to a week or so to actually get back to like it never even happened. What our guys do is they come in and they'll extract all the water, they'll place equipment out there to dry out the structure first, and then people come in to rebuild and put everything back together. But it is a little bit of a process, not as quick as on the commercials, but it does.
Okay.
We do make it like it never even happened by the end of the process.
Okay. You stated that you service Charles County and you service Oxon Hill.
Correct.
Okay. Your customer base is approximately what?
Probably about 170,000 people.
Wow, that's a large, pretty much large customer base from, say, probably from Oxon Hill all the way down
From National Harbor all the way
Okay.
down through to the Harry Nice Bridge.
Okay, from bridge to bridge, basically.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, bridge to bridge. Now, I mentioned something that you have a relationship with Berean Investigations. Tell me a little bit about Berean Investigations and how you came in contact with Mr. Joel Hill.
Well, actually, our owner met him at Wawa, and then we ran into him at the Chamber of Commerce, one of the Chamber of Commerce mixers, and We had been wanting to set up a policy to have a drug-free workplace for a formal policy. We've always had a no drug policy, but we wanted something more formalized. So we sat down and met with Mr. Hill, and he literally came up with a program start to finish, from our manuals, all of our documentation, the random drug tests that we do quarterly. We started out with a complete sweep of the entire business. Everybody who was employed here was drug tested. And that was our baseline. And then every quarter we randomly drug test a couple people. They have no idea when it's coming. Joel just shows up one day and it's drug test day. And then once a year we also sweep the entire staff again, just to make sure everybody's staying on the right track. So if there's anybody that we need to help, we can help them get the help that they need to be clean.
Okay, and so let's go back to if someone does not test clean. Okay, what actions are taken to help them come back clean?
We have an employee assistance program that Joel has gotten us resources for. There's a number of different counselors that they can go to, and they are required in order to keep their employment to go through those steps and to get clean.
Okay, very good. Okay, and so you, so ServPro and Brand are in a relationship to continue the drug testing. So can you tell me a little bit more about, let me step back just a little bit. How many employees do you have here in Charles County and Oxon Hill?
Our employee staff ranges, depending on the season, between 16 and 20 people. So we're a smaller company,
Okay.
family owned and operated.
Okay.
So.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you have the policy in place, the whole manual that is incorporated into your human resources.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So when a person is tested and they're found to be they have not tested clean, and they go through your employee assistance process, and they come back and they say, I have to go through this process. Is it pretty seamless? Is there a lot of...
Very seamless. It is actually one of the most simplistic programs we've ever implemented, in all honesty. Berean makes it very easy for us to have those resources and to get them the help, and then to retest them and to make sure that everything is above board and that everything is just simple. I make one phone call, and then it's handled by them. I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, it sounds like that you've given Berean Investigations a thumbs up. It sounds like that the relationship is pretty seamless from here. That is all the questions that I have today. Do you have any more comments that you want to let our viewers know about your services or the services of Berean Investigations before we end our interview today?
Well, most people know what ServPro does. Everybody sees the bright green trucks with the little orange house, so everybody knows us. But as far as Berean, they have made this so simplistic for us. If I ever have an issue where we suspect anybody or have reasonable suspicion, somebody says, oh, I think somebody is using or whatever, they have come down and immediately tested our guys, and they're here for us at the drop of a hat. I mean, it is instant response. So I would not recommend anybody else to do this for us, and I can't see us using anybody else for this program, because it just makes it easy. It's seamless.
Well, I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you taking time out with me today to give that positive feedback about Berean Investigations, and we will speak to you again really soon. I am T.E. Steger-Smith, and I'm with T.E. Enterprises Consulting. I am sitting here with James from ServPro Charles County, Oxon Hill, and we will see you again on the other side. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, awesome, that was good, and that was kind of the drama.
Right.
So, but what I saw was that I think you guys need to be facing this way, because I only got shots of sides of your.
We were looking at each other, because I did not once look at the camera.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
No,
no,
we were looking at each other.
So yeah, no, but that's okay. That's okay.
Crap.
But so just turn.
Maybe we turn a little bit.
Yeah, turn.
And I think
turn
my
a little
phone
bit.
had gone off.
Okay.
Oh.
Turn your chairs a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sure was not looking, because I didn't think I was supposed to look at the camera. That's why I did not.
Well, it's not that. You're not. But I just want to see your face.
Oh, okay.
And
Oh,
so,
I know what I did.
did
I
you-
put it on Do Not Disturb. Let me call John real quick.
Okay. You guys are looking too good today not to see your faces, man.
Oh, okay. I intentionally did not look at the camera. Okay, thank you.
Hold on a second.
Darn.
Get a restroom, take a restroom break, there's a restroom up there. Okay,
Was
yeah,
that-
so
was that
that's much better. And then you're gonna turn towards her a little bit. Yeah,
Mhm.
that way, yeah. That's much better.
Was that a good interview though?
Yeah, there were some areas, I think, you kind of went back over, questions you already asked.
Yeah.
But it was good, I like the way you do, again, you do your thing. But I think if we stick to those 4 key areas, so here's what I wrote, okay?
Go ahead.
So what challenges were you facing?
Mhm.
What was it about Berean Solutions was the best? And how did Berean help you solve the problems? You kind of have that, that's
Yeah.
kind of your 4 areas. So if we kind of segment it that way, on the next one, in terms of, they talk about Serpro, talk about, that introduction was awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about Serpro, so she got that good. And then, okay, and then,
Everything okay?
what challenges were you facing when you were on board? And that kind of segues and leads into then
Okay, well,
how
we'll go over
did you
the-
get to Berean, and then how did they help you solve your problems?
Right.
And then what benefits have you seen?
I had forgot something to ask her and I went back.
Okay.
That she told me that they have 16 to 20 employees. I forgot that.
Mhm.
That's where I went back to
Right.
them. That's what I forgot.
Okay, I'm gonna take we're breaking. Let me see if Shannon, put you right here. Yeah, that way I can get much. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Okay.
Why are you not turning off so sounds there?
How many minutes was that too? I didn't know. We
I
weren't
do
even
not
looking.
know. Oh.
He'll tell us. That was a pretty good interview. I
Are
went
you okay?
back- Yeah, we both did. And we both weren't nervous or anything.
I felt nervous.
I didn't.
I
Well,
hate
I do this all the time though.
this, but for them I will.
Yeah, I'm just, I do it for a living, so
Yeah.
it's not, I mean, there's always that pinch of nervousness. I went back to something that I had forgot to ask you, and that was how many employees were, and it's sort of, the continuity of the interview was sort of off, and I'm sorry, that's sort of my fault.
Oh, just we'll get it right.
Yeah, that's
Where
my
did you
bad.
get your boots?
These, Black Friday, they were $30 at JCPenney, and that's, I saw them.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
How many minutes was that, by the way?
About 5.
Yeah, I figured we were right at 5, so it wasn't hard at all. And I like the way you ended it, giving the testimonial. You gave the testimony of that you would recommend Berean investigations.
Made my life